Hey everyone, and welcome back. It's been a while since our last update, and as you can see, we've got quite a bit done. Quite a lot has changed since the last time. I've probably doubled the amount of hours I've put into this game on this world alone. So, first thing we'll get out of the way, as you can see, I got another house over here. I think that's new. Just one more house squeezed into the side of the mountain, just because I thought we needed at least 6 houses. Anyways, the most obvious change will be the walls. So I've gone ahead and I decided I didn't like how flat our walls were. They just seemed too bland, too boring, so I started experimenting with putting these like pillars as support, and then I decided to put some archways in between them, and that slowly just turned into this design. So yeah, down here I've gone ahead and I've added a little section sticking out, little rounded section. I'm not sure if I like that or not. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep that, but I think it makes it look a little interesting, and it kind of matches what we got going over there at our tower. And let's see here. So I guess I'll show you the gatehouse as well. We've gone ahead and I thought, I've discovered that a lot of builds that I've been exploring, people use these wheels as shields, and that's a great idea. I never even thought of that. So I kind of just used that as decoration here to fill in some space, and I think it looks pretty nice. I like the way it looks. And then over here at this tower, this thing, I think this looks pretty cool. I think it looks a lot better than just being flat. But again, we have these rounded bits which you can't really get to. Like, there's no legitimate way to actually get here. I'm thinking, I could probably put a door here, but I don't know how that will affect the structural integrity. Same goes with here. I'm afraid that if I try and put a door, like, in the corner, it'll just make the whole wall come down. But I haven't tried it yet, so who knows? It might work. But yeah, so this wraps around all the way, and here, as you can see, I did this design, but then I didn't like that we had these gaps where the stairs were. So I decided I'd put these diagonal pieces and these railings. I think that looks pretty cool. And then I decided I didn't like the white that stuck out, so I put a wheel over each one, and I think it looks pretty cool. I think it, especially from a distance, yeah, I think it blends together quite nicely. And then I guess next I'll show you the inside of the keep. So we've gone ahead and made our first little trap, because they've gone ahead and they've added NPCs into the game already, which is pretty crazy. So I've made a little simple little trap here at the gatehouse. So if they do get through the portcullis, we can just disconnect these ropes, and I'll go ahead and give you a little demonstration of that, actually. Why not? So I think, which one raised it? It was this one, right? Yeah, I think it was this one. So if we raise this, oh, there we go. That's fully raised. Now, we should be able to spawn in an NPC. Oh, geez. There we go. Alright, let's see. Bots. Let's get a bot. Let's get our attack command. Okay. Now, I haven't actually tested this out. So, and I'm pretty sure as soon as I spawn these guys in, they're just going to start going nuts and destroying shit. Oh, God. Oh, there we go. So, we got barbarians. They're already going for the gate. Let's see, let's have them attack here. Let's tell them to attack where I am. Alright, now as soon as they come through, we can drop these balls on them. If they can even get their way through the door. Oh shit, I don't even think they're having trouble finding the door. Okay, yeah. They don't work very well at the moment, as you can tell. But if we just spawn them inside here, maybe we can test this out a little better. So we'll put them there, okay, quickly, before they run away. Alright, so we'll just pretend there's a bunch of guys there. We release. All the balls drop. That didn't actually work as well as I was hoping. Oh well. Well, it kind of works in theory, as you can see. I don't know how to actually remove the guys, though. That's a concern. Oops. Oh well. We can just leave them hanging out, I guess. Oh, they are causing a lot of lag, actually. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and restart this. Alright, we are back, and the barbarians are gone. They're not going to cause any more problems. So, you'll probably notice that we've gone ahead and added quite a bit of detail to the keep as well. I went ahead and I repeated the pattern we had on the outer wall, and I put it over here, and the only difference is we don't have really these pillars, except over here. We have one on either side of this part. So yeah. But then again, we have the shields kind of as decoration there. I would like it if they had maybe a banner or something that I could hang up, because they have flags, but they aren't long enough, and when you put two next to each other, it doesn't really look good because of the checkered pattern. But and then we have a pillar now going up in the middle here. I think this is really nice looking. It really is a huge improvement. And then we removed the first line of ramparts, of battlements, because they were just too close to the ground, and we didn't need that many. So we now just have these two rows here, and we have this third bridge, this arched bridge. And this leads to our new tower. So we now have a second tower, and it matches our first one. And as you can see, it's thick on the bottom, and then it gets narrow here at the top. And I'll give you a quick run through. So you come inside, and then you have one option. You can go this way to the right, and now you can come up this set of stairs, which leads you straight up to the secondary level here, or you could go up the first set of stairs. So this set, and this will take you straight up to the top. But there's also a door right there, so you can get out to the second level if you want to. But yeah, this tower barely was able to stand. I'm literally like at the limit for weight, because when I turn on structural integrity, you can see we've got like this is the orangest block I think we have in our entire build. It's just to the point of being red, and once it does go red, the whole thing just comes crashing down. And I noticed when placing these pillars, it does actually matter what block you're placing them in. So if I demonstrate here, so if I place a block here on this block, it doesn't matter which corner I place it in. I think it puts weight down below this block. So if I were to put, because when I put, if I put a pillar either in this block or this block, they can both take up this space, since the space is in between these two grids. So it does matter where you're putting your pillars, because the weight goes straight down, I think. Because earlier this whole thing just kept falling over, but then when I deleted these pillars and replaced them more evenly, they worked. So I think that must be the case. Alright, and then we've gone ahead, we've added some more detail. We've got like a little fireplace out here. It's a little neat little fireplace for our men to sit and talk, roast some s'mores or whatever. And I've gone ahead and I've made the keep as well. Or not the keep, the throne room. I don't know why I called it the keep. I've gone ahead and I've made the throne room. So if we come up to this level, where we had this little hole hollowed out, we now actually have our throne room. So, as you can see right now, you just walk through, there's all these archways. I might put some doorways here, like maybe here. I don't know, I haven't really decided yet. But then you come up, and we're now in the throne room. And as you can see, we've got more of these wheels as shields. And we've got 2 king statues, and some flags as decoration, some torches, and then these archways are going to be future hallways to like bedrooms and servants' quarters or whatever. Not really sure yet. And then we've got our little throne here. I don't know, I think I might need to make the throne a little taller, actually. Maybe like 1 block taller. It looks good. As you can see, we look pretty nice when we sit on it. If I just do this, and then, there we go. Now if I crouch, there we go, look at that. Isn't that regal looking? Oh, beautiful. Alright, so that's our throne room, pretty much. Definitely needs some more work, but we got the basics done here. So if we come out, there's one more thing I gotta show you guys. The coolest thing, I think. One of the coolest things. So you probably already noticed there's this wooden platform up here. Now, I was talking about last episode making an elevator to get lumber and other supplies up here. Well, I went ahead and I made that. And as you can see, it's just this platform. We've got simple wooden beams supporting it. And then up here, I've made this gear train, these 4, what are they called, pulleys, connected via this gear train that I've made. so that when we pull on this, when we twist this, that one twists as well. So that's pretty cool. They're linked up, and yeah, this goes down this huge tunnel. As you can see, it's just, I just used the circle to hollow this out, and down here at the bottom we have a little wooden platform. And this, I've tested this out. This actually works. I'm not going to show you guys because it takes forever to get this thing to go up. But and then also, so we've got a way of getting supplies from the bottom to the top, but we actually have to now move them through the tunnel, through the mountain, through the mine shaft, from the outside to where we have our elevator. So I've been trying to brainstorm different ways of making like a minecart to go from one place to the other. So if I go down here, you can see this comes out, whoops, over here. So this is like the little tunnel entrance. So it's not, well, I was going to say it's not directly in front of our castle, but kind of is. Oh well, I think it's far enough off that you could totally miss it if you weren't being careful and weren't paying attention. Anyways, so I've been working on this minecart system, trying to get it to work. Been brainstorming lots of ideas. This was our first attempt. I thought, you know, we can put the pulleys on the minecart itself, and this is literally just the same platform repurposed. But this didn't actually end up working because, well, you'll see in a minute why it doesn't work. But the first thing I tried to do was have these tracks underneath. You see I've got wood on either side here underneath, and those grooves, those fit into this track here that I've made. And the idea was you would be able to pull yourself along, and you would just slide down these slopes one by one, little by little. But the problem is when you get to one of these slopes, when you're going down or up, doesn't really matter which way, it just doesn't work. The minecart spazzes out and it just like blows up. So that was our first attempt. And then our second attempt, I decided, well, since we can't really get the minecart to pull itself, maybe we can just put pulleys on either end and somehow hook up the minecart. Well, I've gone ahead and I've tried that. As you can see, we've got a gear train here so that when we pull this pulley, it also spins the pulley all the way down there. And then these two pulleys are connected to this here, this little minecart that I've made. So this is actually like our third or fourth iteration of our minecart. So over here, as you can see, I went ahead and I ended up making this twice as long. I ended up just putting two together because it needed to be longer. And I tried doing that track system again, but it just wouldn't work. And so then I ended up making this little device just so I could lift the thing up off the ground and work on it a little easier. And then I eventually came up with the latest design we have over here. So I based this off of someone's, what's it called? Lift, not like a ski lift. I think there's a better name for it, but like it's like a ski lift. I based it off their design where they had these rolling logs on the wooden beams, and I thought, well, of course, because the wheels, I think they're a little too big to fit in the tunnel, and I want to keep this thing low to these tracks. So I tried using these logs, round logs, as in the what are these called? Catches? Yeah, these catch blocks and these round logs as kind of a wheel system, and it does work pretty well. I'll go ahead and show you. When I twist this, as you can see, it just goes very nicely, very smoothly, very, very nice. Everything's good, but the problem is, once you get to that first elevated part, once you get to the first angle, it goes up, and as long as you keep turning, it'll go pretty far, but it'll always get to a point where it just starts spazzing out and then explodes into a million pieces, and it breaks the track, and it's just a huge disaster. So this, at the moment, is still a work in progress, and I've thought of a few other things, a few ways we can fix this. I was thinking maybe if we put another set of logs on the bottom, it would be more secure, but then the problem is it would have no way of getting over these angled pieces. So what I think I'm going to do, I've been thinking about this for a while, what I think I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to attach just some logs, some straight logs, like this. So like we've got here, these straight logs onto one of these, onto this pulley system, and have it like on either side, so that we have this track but on a pulley, so we can rotate it. And then I'm going to put it at a very specific angle so it just goes straight all the way down instead of having these, you know, these drop-offs. It'll just be one straight path that goes all the way through. But that's going to be a little challenging, I think, and I'm still not quite sure how I'm going to pull it off, but I'm pretty excited to try it because I really want to get this working. Because at the moment there's just no way to transport goods from one side of this cave to the other without it either falling off or just breaking entirely. And it also doesn't work very well for pulling people, because when you walk on top of stuff it like moves slightly. This doesn't really do a good job of, well, especially when something has like edges on it. And when you try, and the problem with that pulley cart, the cart with the pulleys on it, is that whenever you pull yourself along, you stay in place. So the pulley will end up moving, and you'll just end up staying still. Whoops, I kind of broke it a little. And you'll just end up staying still, and it ends up just bumping into you, and it just doesn't work very well. Oh, God. Oh, I'm stuck. So yeah, I think that's everything. We showed you the minecart, the elevator. So we now actually have a legitimate way of getting supplies up here, which is kind of nice. Except, once we get them up, there's not a real way to take them down here, I suppose. We could maybe make a simple, what's it called? Oh God, I can't think of the name. Like a ski lift. I'll just call it a ski lift. We can make a ski lift that goes like from here down there somewhere, but that, I don't know. I'm not sure about that. We'll figure something out though. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Until the next update, see you next time.